Welcome to the Art of Tarot. My name is Sasha, and I am here to read your daily tarot reading for August 19th, 2024. I also want to remind you that these readings are still relevant to you even if you see it on a later date. It just means that you were meant to see it then. And another thing too is if you've been enjoying my videos, to please like and subscribe. And also comment if you have any suggestions or you just want to shout out. That would be greatly appreciated. This week I'm featuring the Uzi Pagan Otherworlds deck. It is such a gorgeous deck, one of my favorites. The illustrations are so incredible and greatly reflect the messages within each card. So today we have the King of Cups reverse. It's interesting because this card invites us to explore the undercurrents of our emotional world. In the Pagan Otherworlds deck, the King of Cups is a figure of calm authority, holding his chalice with a serene demeanor amidst tumultuous waters. Upright, he embodies emotional mastery, the balance between heart and mind. But today, as we see him reverse, this position suggests a disruption in this balance. When the Cups appears reverse, it often points to a struggle with emotions. Perhaps there's an avoidance of feelings or a difficulty in expressing them. This reversal can indicate an internal storm, a brewing conflict between what we feel and how we think we should feel. Think of the moments when you've tried to suppress your emotions, believing it was the right thing to do. The King of Cups reverse asks us to reflect on these moments and consider how the suppression might be affecting our well-being. Are we really protecting ourselves, or are we distancing ourselves from our true selves? And this is such a common scenario in children, in teenagers, in adults. If we grow up in environments that tell us what we feel is bad or good, therefore labeling each thing that we experience, we subconsciously carry these messages into our adulthoods or, into later on in life. And let's say that you were always told that you were extremely sensitive or overly dramatic. So any time that you have difficult emotions or what you categorize as difficult, it's really hard for you to accept your emotions. And by not accepting it, you are robbing yourself from the opportunity to seeing what they're trying to express to you. Maybe there's a message within those emotions in regards to a person, or just maybe towards a direction that you're supposed to take that's different than the one that you're on. So this card really does reflect that type of energy of suppressing your emotions, telling yourself, no, I can't think that way. And my suggestion is to try not to label so much as good or bad, and having more of an acceptance towards any emotion that comes your way. The past weekend we spoke about embracing all feelings, and this is quite similar. It's that feeling of allowing yourself, even if you feel like it feels overly dramatic. Obviously, there's a time and place to react. It doesn't mean that you can flagrantly just let it all loose. Maybe you work in a library and you start screaming or crying. That's probably not the place to do it, but to allow yourself to feel it in a way that is acceptable. And also, it's a form of self-love that everybody should practice, and it also helps you align yourself to your inner guidance, to your own personal wisdom. This card also brings to light the shadow side of emotional detachment. While emotional control is often seen as strength, the King of Cups reverse suggests it can also become a prison, where emotions are locked away, leading to disconnection from ourselves and others. The wisdom here is not in rejecting our emotions, but in learning to navigate them by embracing our vulnerabilities. We allow ourselves to feel deeply, even if it means confronting uncomfortable truths. So that kind of just echoes what I said previously with that example. It's so important to be courageous. When we think of courage, sometimes we think it's calling people out, but very little do we focus on not necessarily calling ourselves out, but being very honest with ourselves in where we might be affecting our growth, our personal development, and our happiness. Let's anchor this understanding with the myth of Narcissus, a tale from Greek mythology. Narcissus was a youth of extraordinary beauty, and that's where the term Narcissus comes from. Despite having this extraordinary beauty, he was also known for his emotional detachment and self-obsession. He shunned the affection of others and eventually fell in love with his own reflection in a pool of water. This obsession led to his demise, as he became so entranced by his image that he lost touch with the world around him. The story of Narcissus mirrors the warning of the King of Cups reverse. It speaks to the dangers of being too caught up in a facade, whether it's the facade of emotional control or the illusion of who we think we should be. Like Narcissus, we risk losing ourselves if we don't allow our true emotions to surface and be acknowledged. I may be butchering the pronunciation of his name because I also grew up in South America and we say Narciso and Narcissus, so I think it's Narcissus, but anyways, it's a mix of both. My little sprinkle of, uniqueness of pronunciation. Well, with that, I think it's an important it's a cautionary tale of being self-aware and also being aware of our emotional surroundings. So what can we take from this? The King of Cups reverse, much like the tale of Narcissus, urges us to embrace our emotional truths. It's a call to examine where we might be avoiding our feelings, where we might be clinging to an image or belief that doesn't truly serve us. Emotional mastery isn't about being unshakable. It's about being in tune with our inner world, understanding our feelings and allowing them to guide us in a way that is authentic and compassionate towards ourselves and towards others if necessary. As you go about your day, consider the lessons of the King of Cups reverse. Where in your life are you holding back emotionally? How can you bring more balance and honesty to your emotional landscape? Remember, true strength lies not in the suppression of emotion, but in the courage to face it head on. And I don't remember in what reading I mentioned this, but we have a choice sometimes when dealing with a person that triggers us. We can express ourselves for ourselves, right? Despite what they're feeling, how they're going to react, you do it for yourself. Or you could simply let it go because that's how you want to deal with it. There's no wrong or right way. And I think that is a really important thing to take into consideration. Sometimes not saying something isn't necessarily suppression, but the one thing is that you have to be honest with yourself in regards to that emotion. It's not about suppressing it. It's not about looking the other way and forgetting about it. Whether you decide not to tell a person because you think it's not reasonable or you think nothing positive is going to come out of it, you do have to deal with it either way with yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the tarot. I hope this insight brings you clarity and peace. Until next time, stay connected to your heart and let it guide you through the waves of life. Much love. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you've enjoyed this exploration, please like, share, and subscribe for more tarot insights. And as always, feel free to leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I love hearing how these readings resonate with you. Much love.